St. Joseph's and St. Clair's and St. Anthony's, which are part of the CHI Franciscan health system, are all taking in patients too. Again, 3 people here being treated at Tacoma General. We're still waiting to speak with a spokesman here for an update. Back to you.
It just goes to show the power of social media as well, that various municipalities and emergency response crews are able to put out what is needed right now. Again, you just have to know what you're looking at on your screen here. It looks like that truck really just mangled up in all of these cars that have fallen down. There are so many vehicles involved. Want to give you the latest information right now coming from the city of Lacey. They tweet the following: we've heard St. Peter's Hospital is requesting blood donations ASAP to help treat victims of that train derailment. So if you are in the area, they urge you to please do that. And checking of the wires right now, we are just reading this. I'll read it off along with you. A U.S. official: track obstruction seen as a possible cause of Amtrak train crash near Seattle. So that just came in across our wires. When we say that, it's this AP service that we subscribe to, and it brings us the latest information on things just like this. So when we say that, that's what we're referring to. I'll say it again, that a U.S. official says that some sort of a track obstruction is seen as a possible cause of the Amtrak train crash near Seattle. For us pertaining to you, we know that means DuPont.
And once again, Kelly, Amtrak train making its first ever run along a faster new route. That's where it came off the overpass near Tacoma, near DuPont, spilling a lot of those passenger cars onto the roadway, killing at least 6 people. That is the latest information that we had received. This coming from the Associated Press. 78 passengers, 5 crew members were on board that train. They are reporting that train was moving at more than 80 miles per hour, derailed about 40 miles south of Seattle before 8 a.m. That officially coming down at 7:40 this morning, almost 3 hours ago. Pierce County Sheriff's Office says several vehicles on Interstate 5 struck by those falling train cars. Multiple motorists were injured. The good news, no motorists were injured or no motorists were killed in this accident. Those fatalities coming from passengers on that train.
Okay, a U.S. official where we heard that obstruction might have led to this. Again, that's a might, it's a possible. That U.S. official says the train derailment that killed 6 people, they say that death count is expected to rise. This official was briefed on the investigation and says preliminary signs indicate the Amtrak may have hit something on the track before going off the track. Per the AP, that official is not authorized to talk on the investigation publicly. They spoke to the Associated Press. That high-speed train, as we've been telling you all morning, was making its inaugural run on those newly constructed tracks when it derailed at 7:40 this morning. The official said because those tracks were new, that was unlikely to be a maintenance issue. There are a lot of questions, as this is when the NTSB comes in and they do their job to try and pinpoint a cause, which, as we've seen in other major disasters, that takes months. It can take years to officially pinpoint a cause. The NTSB issues preliminary reports and then comes out with their full report quite some time later. In the meanwhile, we're going to have to go off what Amtrak tells us as they're leading that investigation.
Well, and on that, as we go into the investigation, this goes from a rescue operation to an actual investigation. The mayor of Lakewood in Washington, you had brought this up earlier in the show, and also Lee Stoll was talking about this earlier today. There was a concern about this route as it was going through the different parts of the city, especially in Lakewood, Washington. The AP quoting our station, Como, from Mayor Doug Anderson. He had said, quote, come back when there is that accident and try to justify that, not putting in those safety enhancements.
Okay, we want to get to some sound we have right now. It is that sound that Ryan was just discussing. Let's take a listen.
Come back when there is that accident and try to justify not putting in those safety enhancements. Or you can go back now and advocate for the money to do it, because this project was never needed and endangers our citizens.
Once again, that was the mayor of Lakewood, Doug Anderson, who was very concerned about this new route that was cutting through to the city of Lakewood. In the meantime, let's go to the live desk with Cale Thompson with more. Cale.
Yeah, I want to let you know, first of all, we've been talking about how the DuPont City Hall is going to be the reunification center for those trying to get more information. They're saying don't go to the scene. We've published the number that you're able to call from Amtrak, and also you can head to the DuPont City Hall. Carlene Johnson, part of the Como News team on the radio side, is there live 18. She tweeted this here just a couple of minutes ago. It shows the inside, and you can see here there are volunteers speaking with people as they come through the doors, preparing to handle any crowds that might show up. They're saying that this is the staging area for train passengers uninjured or just with minor scrapes and bumps. They do have police chaplains talking to several traumatized passengers. I was also just notified that we have a tweet from President Trump. Yes, we do. Just in the last 60 seconds, President Trump tweeting, and I'll read it to you because I haven't had a chance to load it into our system yet. He says, the train accident that just occurred in DuPont, Washington, shows more than ever why our soon-to-be submitted infrastructure plan must be approved quickly. $7 trillion spent in the Middle East while our roads, bridges, tunnels, railways, and more crumble. Not for long. That is the statement just out from President Trump this morning as, again, we look at the scene from Air 4 and just the wreckage from this train that would have been using these new high-speed tracks. First time this morning, debuting passenger service and derailing there in DuPont right over I-5, leading to the absolute images of devastation that we see here and just the nightmare that this must have been for anybody who was on the expressway and on that train when this happened. It can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like. The Associated Press reporting here in the last couple of minutes, as we've been telling you, 6 dead. They are citing a U.S. official, an unnamed U.S. official for that. Also, of course, the tweet now that we have from President Trump. So I will be working to get you more information. I'll turn that tweet around for you. We'll be able to have a visual for you in just a couple of minutes.
And as we hear those words from President Trump, a reminder, these were new tracks. This was a new project that was just invested in here, though the mayor of Lakewood that you heard from just moments ago saying, hey, come back when there's some kind of an accident, was requesting more safety improvement. So, again, we're going to wait a while until we know exactly what led up to this all.
Let's get right out back to Lisa, who's live on the scene. Lee, what do you have?
Yeah, speaking of vantage points, now that we have a lot of those emergency vehicles clearing out from the side that we're on, we are now getting a better picture of just why this is still a very active scene. You can see all of the personnel down there in reflective gear around those cars. We now are getting a clearer picture of the impact point where these train cars came right down on the road, as we have been talking about, just how unimaginable that must have been for people on I-5. When this happened at 7:40 this morning, you see a box truck, and we've got a couple of passenger vehicles under here as well. We just saw the mass casualty unit, mobile unit for Madigan, just leave here, not in any hurry, and from what we could tell, not with anybody inside, but just heading away from the scene, as we're seeing a lot of the emergency personnel who were here initially when we got here now almost, as this happened about 3 hours ago, that they are starting to back away from this. But also from this vantage point, you can see the yellow caution tape starting to go up. That is very familiar to all of us when we are seeing an investigation begin. The debris under the bridge itself, state patrolmen and other officers on the road itself just kind of starting to walk back and forth, and other responders as well, packing up their equipment for what their role was in this mass response. Again, what Ed Troyer had called about an hour ago a mass casualty response, and we've got other medics and personnel here in different colored uniforms and outfits, just as signaling what team they may have been on and what role they may have played in this entire process. So for the traffic situation, we can tell you it looks like on the northbound side, still bottlenecked, only maybe 1 or 2 lanes getting through right where that trestle goes over the northbound lanes. And then right after that point, it does completely open up so everyone can start getting through again, but it is very slow going as you see these semis coming through here as well. And in the southbound lanes, again, these logging trucks still parked here with nowhere to go. Those drivers just going to be locked into this situation as long as the road is closed. But really, as long as we've been standing here, we might have been blinded by just how many emergency vehicle lights we were seeing from the bridge here between us and where this train collapsed, that now that they have cleared out, this really is the first time from our vantage point we are seeing how massive this situation is on the other side of that trestle. Those train cars just zigzagging back and forth. Air 4, of course, giving us probably the best vantage point to show you just how massive this actually is and why this is going to take a lot of time, not only to investigate, but also to clear everything away. We're also seeing at least two drones flying overhead. I don't know if that is with an agency in particular, gathering any information or a different vantage point as the investigation is just beginning. But of course, from Air 4, you can just see that once everything is cleared away from here, which is going to take an immense amount of time. Imagine trying to move these train cars, the heavy equipment that is going to have to come in here that isn't even here yet, at least not from the side where we are. We've got a dump truck coming down now from WashDOT, some of that heavy equipment starting to show up, but that is going to take some time, and then it's just making sure the road underneath here is secure, is safe to travel on, because this is a heavy traveled corridor of I-5. 7:40 in the morning, just unbelievable, although it did crash down on vehicles down below. The situation this could have been, as the road is absolutely jam-packed, at least in the northbound lanes, people trying to get to Tacoma and JBLM, and southbound as well at 7:40, as a lot of people are just trying to start their day. So we do expect to see some heavy equipment, some different equipment maybe start to move in as some of those emergency responders start to move out, and the next phase of this response possibly begins. That triage center that we had been talking about and had seen between north and southbound lanes on that little island right there, all but has broken down except for one ambulance and maybe one other medical unit. So that is one sign, but they do still have a couple of ambulances and emergency vehicles in the northbound lanes ready to take off at a moment's notice, because as we were talking about earlier, State Patrol telling us this is still a rescue operation, and now that those emergency lights have cleared out on the southbound lanes, we can really start to see why, and of course from Air 4 as well, that on the other side of this trestle really is where a big part of this morning is now focused, trying to make sure, because we haven't heard officially just yet, at least from where we are, that everyone is off of this train. I'm sure going car to car to make sure there is no one who is still on this train, because looking at the equipment for Amtrak, although we do have an official number of how many people were on board at least, or being transported and treated right now, the train itself could carry up to 250 people, and we're looking at the possibility of maybe 13 cars being connected to the train. That's what Amtrak says they can usually run on an Amtrak Cascades route. So of course they do want to make sure everyone is off that train. That is the top concern first and foremost. Back to you.
And as we continue to take a look at the scene, it is devastating. It is heartbreaking when we know now that 6 people were killed. We know of those dozens others who were injured, and that was their top priority. Get those people, those passengers, off of those trains who needed help, transport them to their various medical centers. And I want to just give you some clarification of what we have right now. St. Peter's Hospital not requesting blood donations. They are, however, referring people to Blood Works Northwest. This is at St. Peter's Hospital in Olympia. They say they have 10 patients. The last patient was transported at 10:05 this morning. It does not anticipate getting any more patients. Of those 10 patients they have, 2 required surgery and are still in surgery. This coming in just less than 10 minutes ago, so they would still be in surgery. They don't have specifics of any of their injuries right now, but that is the latest from St. Peter's Hospital in Olympia.
And Kelly, as we reported earlier the morning that we had told you that the president had been briefed, Cale Thompson also reading out that tweet by President Donald Trump. Here's that tweet right now. The train accident that just occurred in DuPont, Washington shows more than ever why our soon-to-be submitted infrastructure plan must be approved quickly. $7 trillion spent in the Middle East while our roads, bridges, tunnels, railways, and more crumble. not for long. As we read that tweet to you from Donald Trump, from the president, it's still not clear if this was an infrastructure problem. The AP reporting that there may have been some kind of obstruction on that track. We're also learning that this was a new set of tracks for a new run for Amtrak, and this was the debut of that new Amtrak route. But once again, the president weighing in on this accident in this train derailment of Amtrak.
And you just have to wonder if it was some sort of obstruction, if this is the first time they are doing this route, what was it? What was this obstruction? Because clearly it was something that could not be avoided or moved in time. You just have to wonder what that is. Ryan, you have more.
And the president also just tweeting just a few minutes ago, my thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved in the train accident in DuPont, Washington. Thank you to all our wonderful first responders who are on the scene. We are currently monitoring here at the White House. Of course, the NTSB set to have their own press conference on this investigation, setting up a GO team as they begin their investigation of what exactly happened with this train derailment.
All right, so this is Amtrak, of course, which we are talking about. We're hearing from a representative from BNSF. They say they will not be getting involved and are not releasing any information as these are not their tracks. They are running trains on the old waterfront line as normal. This for Amtrak was the inaugural service this morning, as we reported earlier this morning that it was going to be opening and that there was some controversy surrounding all the way through this. A devastating first run on that maiden voyage on those new tracks.
In the meantime, let's check in with Denise Whitaker, who is at the King Street station. What do you have, Denise?
Yes, I'm here at the King Street station where I watched two trains full of passengers leave this morning. The first one was the 8 a.m. Now, that 8 a.m. train was definitely delayed. It was supposed to leave at 8. From what I recall on the timing of that, it left a little bit before 10 o'clock this morning, so that was definitely late. That 8 a.m. train running so late forced the next train to run very late, too. That train was supposed to leave right around 10 o'clock or a little bit after 10, and it left probably about 10:12 or 10:15. And the people I talked with who were boarding that train, they had brought the train up a few days ago. Several of them told me they came up on Friday because they came to Seattle to go to the Seahawks game last night, and now today that was their train to head back home. So interesting to me is that the people I've talked with so far who either boarded that train already headed south or who are boarding the next train, and the next train is train number 517, is supposed to be leaving here at 11:30 to go down to Portland. So another southbound train is scheduled to go down at 11:30. And again, passengers I've talked with waiting here to get on that train also tell me they may be a little bit apprehensive, but they're still planning to get on the train. They're still going to go forward with their travel plans today. So we do have passengers filling up the waiting area here at King Street Station. Again, right now, Amtrak, the leaderboard here is showing that the 517 Cascades train is due to arrive here in Seattle at 11 a.m. And then it is supposed to depart for Portland, and right now the reader board is showing that it may be arriving here about 4 minutes earlier than its original schedule. So that is train number 517, Amtrak Cascades, and there are people here waiting to get on that particular train. And again, there may be a little bit of apprehension, but people are still going to continue on with their plans, get on the train, and expect that it will be safe and they'll get to where they're going next.
And understand the apprehension given everything that we've gone through this morning. We were just recently talking about Trump's tweets.
Yes.
Ryan, so as we give you another live look from Airport right now, we know the president has weighed in. He has been briefed, and the president will actually be making some remarks on national security strategy. We will wait to see if anyone asks or if he presents any comments whatsoever on what we've seen happen here today.
In the meantime, let's check in with KOMO's Lee Stoll, who's live at the scene. Lee?
Yeah, I just want to give you a quick update. I talked to Ed Troyer with the Pierce County Sheriff's Office, and he does say this is no longer considered a rescue operation, that everyone is off the train. As you can see behind it, or in front of us here, one of the concerns we had were two logging trucks that were kind of in the middle of where all the emergency vehicles needed to be. One of them has moved all the way forward. Another one is in front of that now, as well as it looks like they're trying to figure out a way to get those trucks out of the way. So they're lined up right here, and they are inching forward. I'd be surprised if they actually let those trucks go right underneath where that train has come down onto the road itself. So that's a pretty dangerous situation to try and put a logging truck through where all of those emergency responders are. I'm actually looking through the side viewfinder of my photographer Jordan's camera just to get a better look at what's happening here. So on top of all of the personnel who are in that situation right now, they're trying to get these 2 logging trucks out of the way. Oh, okay, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to take them off of the southbound lanes through what used to be the triage center between the southbound and the northbound lanes onto that kind of island area to at least get them out of the way. Again, being very critical to keep this lane open, the southbound lanes, because just as we mentioned that, right where those logging trucks were, Jordan, as you see, there is a fire truck coming right up the middle of the southbound lanes right now. So that is just another key reason why they have been keeping this the southbound area completely closed off just past the exit for Mounts Road and just beyond that as well, that we still have emergency crews responding to this situation, because from Air Force we've been talking about the other side of this, the vantage point we don't specifically have from where we are is all of the mangled cars on the other side of this train trestle, and where those crews are now focusing their efforts as well. It looks like we have fire trucks on the other side over there as well, and possibly some heavy equipment that is going to have to start showing up to figure out how to get these train cars off of the road and clearing this area, all of that debris, those vehicles that are involved on the road below as well. The yellow tape already up as that investigation is beginning. So 1 logging truck, as you see, has cleared the corner between the south and northbound lanes, now completely circling around. Not easy to do, and this is what some box trucks and semis had to do, not having this option but only a 4-lane roadway in order to do kind of that hairpoint turn and go the other direction on the southbound lanes to just clear out of here. And now this logging truck, the second one, coming through again what used to be that triage area where we were being told people who were able to walk off the train were being treated, and then if they needed, be loaded up on ambulances that were standing by and then taken to area hospitals. That triage center just kind of collapsing down and clearing out, but we do still have several ambulances here on the scene and fire trucks as well, just those kind of emergency responders, as we have so many personnel still now coming through and taking a look at those cars and where the train tracks hit the cars hit the road itself as well. We do have a command and communication mobile operation unit showing up as well. So still a lot of resources pouring into this area. But again, Ed Troy are telling us just a couple of minutes ago that this is no longer considered a rescue operation, that everyone is off the train. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Lee. Definitely first responders making some progress. So a little bit of good news this morning as we continue to follow this, what they were calling a mass casualty situation. But once again, the rescue operation now complete. This will now move to investigation to what actually caused this.
Yeah, and just a reminder, we haven't touched on the traffic aspect of this, but southbound I-5, they say this will be closed likely for the remainder of the day while the investigation unfolds. Okay, we have Kristen Drew now. Let's check in with her. Kristen, what can you tell us?
Good morning. I've been checking in with hospitals throughout our area in Pierce and Thurston counties. At least 77 people were transported to hospitals in our area. The latest update that we've gotten so far is from St. Peter Hospital in Olympia. 10 people were transported there. At least 2 of them are now in surgery. They do not expect that any more patients will be transported to that hospital because the last person was transported from the crash site at 10:05 this morning. Here at Tacoma General Hospital, at least 3 people are being treated, but we don't have any update on the extent of their conditions or their injuries. We're still waiting to get information from a hospital spokesman here. We also got an update from the Madigan Army Medical Center. 20 people were transported there, 9 in serious but stable condition and 11 in stable condition. They're encouraging and welcoming family members to come to the ER, and they will help you find your family members. A little while ago, Madigan was anticipating more patients. We don't know the latest on that situation. Here at Tacoma General, we saw earlier a lot of staff standing in the ER doors waiting for ambulances and patients to arrive. At this point, it's hard to know exactly who's coming and going for the train derailment. The city of Lacey tweeted earlier that St. Peter Hospital in Olympia was looking for blood donations. We confirmed that is in fact not the case. St. Peter Hospital is not seeking any blood donations. They're referring all of those donations to Bloodworks Northwest. Back to you.
All right, let's check in with Paris now for a look at our roads. How are we doing, Paris?
Seen along I-5 and Mounts Road, we're now able to see a clear picture from the DOT cameras. Earlier, this was blocked off. And so one thing we can say, there is progress to alleviate all the traffic backups. Now about a 2-mile backup on southbound I-5. We're switching cameras here live as it's happening, where traffic is being detoured at Center Drive for those who are still stuck in this backup. Again, 2 miles. It was up to 4 miles. When we talk about the northbound direction, all of those folks that are trying to make their way out of Olympia, they're running into about a 6-mile backup. Again, I-5 at Mounts Road southbound completely blocked. As Kelly just mentioned, it will likely remain closed throughout the entire day. When we talk about just how many people use this stretch of I-5, some 60,000 cars travel southbound I-5 every single day, and we do not know, according to WashDOT, we do not know the long-term effects and when the stretch of the roadway will reopen, but you can expect heavy delays on all of those alternate routes. Also keep in mind, you want to use caution in the area. Any new wrecks could really make the situation much worse, as first responders and all of those authorities are still investigators trying to make their way to the scene. A lot of people using those alternate routes that are also seeing heavy backups as well.
Kale, let's get to you. What do you have?
We have some new information just crossing here in a tweet that I've seen from Multicare Health. I'll go ahead and share it with you here in Live 18, and you'll see here. They say that Good Samaritan Hospital, Allen Moore, Tacoma General, all Multicare hospitals are fully open and operational right now with their patients all being seen. There was one other tweet that just came out from them with specifics on patient numbers that I wanted to share with you. Let me pull that up. They say they have 14 patients at Good Samaritan, 5 at Allen Moore, and 3 at Tacoma General. They say that their thoughts and prayers, obviously, with the families and their friends. Also want to show you here, we're watching closely, and we'll have this up for you shortly. President Trump preparing to address folks at a national security hearing. We're waiting to see if he might mention this accident. We know he's been briefed. We'll have that for you shortly.
Also know he's been sounding off on Twitter. In case you are just joining us, I think people all across the country are starting to learn about what's going on. I know our live stream is being watched all across the country. So if you are just joining us, it is now 11:03 Pacific time. This started at 7:40 a.m. during the morning rush hour. At least 6 people are dead and dozens injured after this Amtrak train plunged off this overpass and the tracks down onto I-5. There were 78 passengers, 5 crew members on board when that train derailed. This just south of DuPont this morning. An official who is briefed on the investigation says preliminary signs are that it could have been some sort of something on the tracks.
An obstruction.
That caused this train to derail. An immediate response by several jurisdictions across our area, whether it be JBLM, our local base, or police departments, counties, sheriff's departments, responding to get as many people treated as possible. But sadly, just so difficult. 6 people were killed in this derailment, all of them on the train. Cars down underneath that were hit by that train, several of them hit by the derailed cars, and thankfully only injuries, at least when we're talking about them.
And Kelly, we just got this from ABC News, and I'll just read this verbatim. It's a transcript of some of the sound from the conductor on Amtrak 501. It reads, Amtrak 501 North, over, Amtrak 501, emergency, emergency, emergency. We are on the ground. We are on the bridge over I-5 near Nisqually on the freeway. Need them ASAP. Looks like they are already starting to show up. Hey guys, what happened? We were coming around the corner to take the bridge over I-5 there, right north in Nisqually, and we went on the ground.
And I know we're working on turning that sound around for you. We'll bring that to you as soon as we possibly can. Want to get back out to Lee Stoll, who has been live on the ground for several hours starting this morning. Lee?
Yeah, the officers who have been giving us information all morning long with the sheriff's offices, with State Patrol, just kind of updating us that they're going to start getting together. They're going to have kind of a mobile unit where they can kind of compare notes, get all the information compiled, make it easier to get information to us, which then we can pass along to you as well. But with what you were just talking about, with what the conductor's words were possibly as a radio call right before this this crash, with that in context, let's go ahead and show you what we have all morning long behind us here, where the train did derail and come down on I-5 with those words in mind of the train conductor saying we are on the road, and asking what happened, and now that they had suddenly become part of a mass response, that they needed help, and that call going out right in the middle of the morning commute. Again, 7:40 is when this happened. So emergency crews and responders have been out here now for more than 3 hours, and traffic again moving in the northbound lanes, just very limited, because they do want to keep some of those emergency crews on standby. Again, we're told this is no longer a rescue operation, that everybody is off the train. But you can see now, once some of the emergency crews have cleared out from our vantage point, that we're really getting a better view of what is on the other side of that trestle. In fact, it's a little bit far from my eyes, so I've been looking at my photographer Jordan's the camera that he has, because he's able to zoom in, and then I can see from the side of his camera what exactly he is looking at. And you can see not only the cars of the train that are on the road beyond the trestle, but the cars themselves that were on the road when the train came down on top of them, and how many are involved and how massive this cleanup is going to be. If we swing around, not as dramatic as this, but I just want to give you a wider perspective of where we are and what we're looking at. So we're going to swing around the bridge here just to show you the opposite direction and how still southbound I-5 is and where it is shut off. This is just beyond the Mounds Road exit, where we are, the golf course that is here as well, which has been the staging area for all of these crews this morning. We do have DOT crews that have just shown up, and they have all of their cones and other equipment, as well as if they were responding to a construction site, which I'm sure is equipment they are going to need just to mark certain locations, areas, as crews are coming in and out, making sure that they have clear ways for people to get in and out of here. So southbound traffic, you can see where the road is blocked off all the way back there, as northbound traffic is starting to move through, and it opens up just beyond where we are. So if we swing completely back to where we were this morning, you can see what's on the other side of this overpass here, that we do have washout crews still showing up, that we have a lot of responders who are still down right underneath that trestle, and we do have some of that caution tape going up, as well as they're starting to look at what areas they might be focusing on. We also are starting to see, as we have for more than an hour now, crews up on the trestle itself. Again, one of the unconfirmed reports we were hearing is that there may have been some sort of obstruction on the trestle as the train was coming around the curve. It's a little maybe difficult from this vantage point, but I do want to show you, if we go off to the side just here, maybe I can walk you through it. There is a freeway entrance on-ramp, and you can just stay on me. There's a freeway on-ramp entrance just right here, and just on the other side of that is where these new train tracks are. So the train was coming right along where you see that fence line right there, just popping behind those trees where you see a gentleman in orange up there in that coat. The train tracks are right below that, and that's where the train then comes around kind of that blind curve and comes over to the trestle itself, and then collapse down onto the road there, where we now have at least 3 or 4 train cars on the road itself, and probably the best vantage point, of course, from Air 4 that we've been showing you for a while now. But a lot of emergency responders still here, and some still showing up, and we even have some ambulances. It looks like, because this was such a massive response, we have seen some taking off to go to one of the 4 or so area hospitals that had been treating those who were receiving patients from this scene. And then it looks like we are seeing some of those ambulances come right back here from Madigan and from the other hospitals as well. One from Madigan just pulling up here to where we are. So it looks like they have been dropping off patients and then coming back just to restage in case they are needed in this situation. So a lot of emergency responders, again, of course, still here, and you can tell from all of those bright green, lime green coats, that they are down below and they are up above in what is probably very treacherous situation, very unsafe to know. That they are down below and they are up above. And if the trestle itself is damaged in any way, or the road below as well. So a lot for them to look at, which is why we have been saying the road here, I-5 southbound, not only going to be closed for several hours, it could be closed well into tonight. As State Patrol has already said, this investigation is going to go on for several days. So if you had a detour this morning, it might be good to already start planning one for the evening commute and for the days ahead. Back to you.
Thanks, Lee. Just a few moments ago, I read you verbatim some sound from the conductor. We have that newly released audio from the conductor calling dispatch right after the derailment. Here's a portion of that audio.
Amtrak 501 answering Centralia North, over. Hey guys, what happened? We were coming around the corner to take the bridge over I-5 there, right north into Squally, and we went on the ground. Okay, are you, is everybody okay? I'm still figuring that out. We got cars everywhere and down onto the highway. Okay, copy that.
Once again, that is the sound from the conductor talking to dispatch the moments right after train 501 got derailed and went to the ground. You can hear the panic in the dispatcher or the conductor's voice as that happened. Well, once again, the situation, just a very dire situation for those on board, and just I can't even begin to imagine how frightening that was as that train came off the tracks.
You hear him almost breathless trying to explain to the dispatcher, is everyone okay? And now we know, sadly, no, they were not. 6 people have been killed in this train derailment. Happened about 7:40 this morning, and dozens of people injured. AP, as I mentioned to you, which gets us some of the latest information coming across the wires. Here's the latest into the newsroom within the last 5 minutes. It says this: the train was going 81.1 miles per hour moments before the derailment. That, according to transitdocs.com, which is a website that maps Amtrak train locations and their speeds. The maximum speed for this stretch of track known as Point Defiance Bypass is 79 miles per hour. That, according to information about the project that was posted on WashDOT's site. So the speed limit here, 79 miles per hour, and at least according to transitdocs.com, as reported by the AP, the train was going 81.1 miles per hour over the speed limit, not by a ton, but still goes beyond what safety regulations are put into place for speed limits.
And of course, as we're getting this new information into the newsroom, we're not sure if speed did play a factor in this accident and this derailment. In the meantime, let's check in with Cale Thompson in the live desk. What do you got, Cale?
Yeah, we've been watching President Trump. He is currently speaking live at a national security conference, essentially, in Washington, D.C. But at the very start of his speech, he took a moment to mention the crash that we have going on right now down in DuPont. He has been briefed on it. Here was his comment here at the very start of his speech just more than about 3-4 minutes ago.
Let me begin by expressing our deepest sympathies and most heartfelt prayers for the victims of the train derailment in Washington state. We are closely monitoring the situation and coordinating with local authorities. It is all the more reason why we must start immediately fixing the infrastructure of the United States.
Those were his comments there at the very beginning. You heard him mention the need to fix the infrastructure of the United States. We should point out this was new track, new lines. This was, in theory, new infrastructure for this train. Also, just to remind you, we are watching here about 15 minutes from now, 11:30 this morning. We're standing by for a news conference from the NTSB in Washington, D.C. They are expected to launch a GO team here this afternoon. They will be on their way to DuPont, if they're not on the way already. We'll be watching for that live news conference before they depart. We'll bring that to you live as soon as it happens.
Cale, as we hear the president's comments, once again, as you just mentioned, we're not sure if this is an infrastructure problem, if this was a speed issue. Once again, U.S. officials say the train derailment outside of Seattle, killing at least 6 people, but an official with that investigation saying that death count is expected to rise. We also been told there may have been an obstruction on that track as it was making that turn, and that may have been a cause of that accident and derailment. Once again, 78 people on board, including 5 crew members. Right now, the fatalities at 6. Some are saying that number is expected to rise. In the meantime, let's check in with Denise Whitaker live at the Amtrak station at King Street.
I am at the King Street station, and passengers are now boarding the 517. This is a train scheduled to go down to Portland, so there are still trains that are running today. However, Amtrak did first thing this morning after this derailment cancel the 504 and the 509. So the 504 and the 509 trains are both canceled. However, this train, the 517 Cascades, is expected to leave. Whether or not it will be on time is still unclear. It is scheduled to depart at 11:30. That's 15 minutes from now, but they are boarding this train. Some of the passengers I talked with said they were a little apprehensive to get on a train after seeing some of the images from this morning's derailment and hearing exactly what happened, but they are going to continue on with their travel plans today, headed points south. So again, this train taking off for a southern destination. However, 2 other trains Amtrak already canceled today, the 504 and the 509.
All right, Denise, thank you very much. We have our crews fanned out across the area, tracking the story for you on multiple fronts. We have Denise there, we have Kristen Drew, we have had Keith Eldridge on the phone as well, and Paris has been tracking our roads. We're trying to give you the most comprehensive, up-to-date information we can, and the live desk is really helping with that as well. We want to check in with Lee Stoll once again, live on the scene there this morning as we just saw some of those images. Lee, you've reported in this area for a long time. This must really stand out. It's a big scene.
It is when you think about the scenes that we have covered over the years. I've been working in this market now for 7 years, and this, of course, is going to be one of the biggest ones that we have covered, of course, and we already know that. What is interesting about the scene that we are looking at is how quickly it actually is changing behind us. It's kind of subtle, but every time these emergency crews clear out, we get a better picture of just the devastation underneath that trestle right there. And again, hearing those words from the conductor, pretty eerie to now think about what he must have seen as this train was going off of the rails here. And we can see one train car behind this set of cars kind of sticking out in the back as it was coming around this corner right here. Those trees that are blocking the back end of the train is kind of a tight curve where this train track parallels I-5, and as we've been talking about this morning, this was the inaugural run. This is the first day of this new route between Seattle and Portland. It was supposed to improve service for Amtrak Cascade users, and it was going to shave about 10 minutes off of the route, which is about a little over 3 hours if you want to take it. About 12 trains were going to run this route every single day. 2 new trains added to this route starting today to improve on the convenience for people who wanted to take this train, and it seemed pretty popular as we had dozens on that train this morning leaving Seattle at 6 o'clock. And this, unfortunately, is the situation where everything came to an end. So as we've been looking at this, again, a lot of the emergency crews, we have been seeing the medical response we saw from several agencies, the ambulances, the fire trucks. We have seen a lot of those clear out, and what we see left now are probably those who are going to be leading this investigation. As we said, State Patrol is going to take the lead on this, and their patrol cars are the majority of what I see right here. And we do still see every now and then a box truck or someone who just was unfortunately caught in the backup and didn't have anywhere to go, trying to figure out now how to get off the road here and out of the way, as we are expecting heavier equipment and bigger pieces of machinery to start coming in and clearing this scene away. So we had like this box truck, which is now going the opposite direction up the on-ramp just to get out of the situation here. That's a furniture truck, and another personal vehicle that looks like doing kind of the same thing. So this is why this area is closed, because right now the rules of the road just are not applying in this area because it's still an emergency response. This is something, of course, all of these agencies train for and know how to handle. But when you are a civilian caught in this situation, you don't want to cause more problems for those who are responding to something like this, because they know what the plan is. They know what is unusual but is normal in this situation, but you may not know that, and unfortunately add to the complications that they are already facing.
And that is exactly right. As commuters and civilians, we don't know what the rules are in these situations. We don't know what the plan is. And that's why the best thing any of us can do in emergency situations, whether it ranges from tragedies like this, where thankfully the casualty number is low. It could have been much worse. It is still tragic. And it's the first responders trained for this. They know the rules. They know what the plan is. And they're charged with keeping you safe and trying to maintain security of the scene as well, to most efficiently get life back to normal. I do want to thank everyone who joined in today. I was going to try to get our usual stream in at 12 o'clock, then 1 o'clock. Of course, in wakes of these, I felt it was more fitting to show the coverage. We are still going to have a stream today. I got a couple things to take care of. We are going to go ahead and fade away from this scene. Once again, I want to express to all affected by this tragedy that the thoughts and prayers of everyone here at the CHP Officer 20 community and family are with you, and for all of those who have lost somebody in this tragedy, I want to let you know that you have the deepest sympathy and condolences of each and every one of us here at CHP Officer 20. Thank you as well to all of our first responders for Pierce County and the Washington State Police, as well as ambulance and fire and other paramedics on scene. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your service and dedication to public safety and maintaining order at your own personal risks as well. To all of you, be safe and thank you. And to all the viewers of Cops in the LSPDFR Matrix, I will see you in roughly 35 minutes. And we're going to go out on patrol. Until then, as always, 1AM20 dispatch, show me code 4 and 1042. Okay, and welcome. As we're starting up here, normally this is all behind the scenes stuff that most people wouldn't see. Oh, I just got myself new using other headphones now, and wow. I definitely got to leave one ear open so I can hear my own voice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Okay, we'll turn that off so we don't get a copyright strike too soon. And let's see where we can go today. I'm kind of feeling a, as Elvis once said, I'm kind of feeling down in the ghetto today. So we'll, there we go. Just get ourselves right down to the Mission Row station. Okay, can't wait until I can go full screen on this thing. That's the other thing, I know I say it a lot. If anyone ever has any choppy issues with their game, make sure you go full screen. Full screen solves the issue. I don't know what it is about GTA. GTA just does not like to be windowed or windowed borderless. Okay, so we're gonna go. Oh, don't want to do that. We want to do force duty. Still having a problem with ELS. Apparently, from what I'm researching and finding out on sites like LSPDFR.com, is that the issue seems to be with a with the way it's interfacing with RDE, which is just it gives the game more of a realistic feel, and it's just having an issue with it. So I'm still trying to get that resolved. So, but it's not going to hold us back at all whatsoever. Going to reload LSPDFR here, and then we'll go ahead and get our asses on duty, because I know the situation on the streets of LA or Los Santos, however you want to view it, need some officers. So we're going to go ahead and load up. We're going to try to split the patrol today. I want to get some time in using the sheriff cars, only because I just think those cars are goddamn sexy with their with what kind of Christmas tree lighting those Alameda cars have. So SMYHWA cop, son of a bitch. That is like the only menu that does that. Accessory. There it is.
Dispatch calling unit Victor 7-2.
Okay. Almost hit my panic button. You know what?
I'm still waiting to hear back from Burger Shot.
Okay. Ever upgrade my graphics card? Well, the last time I upgraded my graphics card, I actually upgraded to the GeForce 710, which is a card that GeForce specifically designed and made for GTA. Eventually, perhaps, I might upgrade that one again, but yeah, eventually I might upgrade that one, but I would probably upgrade the system before that. Okay, so we got the medkit, the vest, and the carbine rifle, so we are good to go.
Dispatch calling unit Queen 8-3.
Adam 20 dispatch, go ahead and show me code 1041 10-8 active supervisor. Okay, so I think I'm kind of feeling a drop in on Grove Street here. Of course, I should be in the other turn lane. We'll just flip a Huey. Why not? Okay, so little snowy day here. We're going to be doing the snow for Christmas here. Oops. I haven't decided about my, and please let me know, anyone, if you're having trouble hearing me.
Dispatch calling unit 1 Adam 20. We have a traffic alert for trespassing on government property.
That's a 10-4 dispatch. Show me en route to that. 1076 code 2. Okay, so trespassing on government land. Looks like it's going to be this Prius right here. Okay, he just changed of lanes in the middle of the intersection. That's going to be our reason. Get your wax on. Okay, so he's come to a full stop here. Probably the worst spot for us to try. We're going to try to get him off right there. And naturally. Okay, well, we're going to try it. There we go. Absolutely. Okay, that'll be good. Okay, so, oops. So we have suspects in here that are wanted. So we're going to go ahead and lock out our lights. Adam 20 dispatch, can I get 1028 on a gray Prius? It's going to be, son of a bitch. It's going to be 4-5 young Charles Edward 691 occupied one time.
4-5 young Charles Edward 691.
Felony warrant.
A traffic violation. A warrant issued. Proceed with caution.
That's a 10-4 hard copy dispatch. Go ahead. Oh shit. Get back in the car. What the? Oh hell. The game completely started glitching here on me. Yeah. I knew it.
Officer has been fatally shot. Officer
yeah, no shit. No, the game started glitching. It wasn't letting me keep the door open. Wasn't grabbing my weapon.
Targets have evaded capture.
Yeah, of course they have, because the game completely glitched out on me. Okay, now we're just going to have to find my car again. Unless it despawned on me. Yeah, I'm going to assume it despawned on me. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we're also going to 1022 that because I'm going to write that off as issues with the game not giving me my weapon. So, yeah. Luckily, the game didn't crash when it did that, because I found that if you use the use it this way, with the calling it by name, that's a rather bit of an issue. Also, it's kind of a pain in the butt to have to get everything up all over again. But no worries. We'll go police 4 here, and we'll get back out there. Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, it's become... Oh, now you leave the door open, you stupid dick. If you left the door open a moment ago, you would have been fine. Absolutely. Like I said, if I don't really consider that a legit kill. Why is it? Why is it giving me a chance to come after him again? No. We're not playing that game. They killed my guy. We move on. So much for trying to play legit, you know? So. You know, the things you hear on crosstalk, you know? Okay, we're gonna catch up to this box truck here. Obviously, if I have a green light, he's got a red light, so... While we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and get a 1028 on this one. Hey, Officer Mute. 120 dispatch. Can I get a 1028 on a mule? It's going to be 08 Robert Lincoln Union 484.
Target vehicle license
Absolutely.
08 Robert Lincoln Union 484. No 1099.
Okay, so it comes back registered to a John Phillips. We are going to just have a little word with him. The target zone on these trucks is just so... Absolutely, Talik. Okay, we're just going to have a little word with this guy. He didn't do anything major.
David 10-2.
Are you serious? About that way is about the only way I would have probably been able to successfully do that last call. Okay, sir. My name's Captain Walsh, California Highway Patrol, pulling you over today because you kind of ran that traffic light back there. Any reason you're in such a hurry today? No reason? You just got to get the truck back? Okay, well, you know you can't run the lights like that, right? Okay, sir. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
You got ID?
Thank you, sir. Sit tight.
Hey, you act like you can't tell nobody.
Okay, we're just going to simply run John Phillips in the system here real quick. Am I locked? No, I'm not. Okay, let's see what Mr. Phillips has going on here today. It's been stopped 4 times. DUI, expired license, and a safety belt violation. So, okay. I mean, 4 times is quite a lot. I can't just let him go here. I'm going to call it brown. So, yeah, we'll call it a van. Failure to stop at traffic signal. And this horse's ass is right next to me, so I'm not going to be able to get out the car. Oh. Really? Okay, sir. So, here's your information back. I thank you for your patience. I'm going to have 1 traffic ticket for you here today, and it's going to be for running that stoplight. Going to be about $500 fine. Court information's on the back of the ticket. Just need your signature down here in the box. It just says you acknowledge your court date and you agreed to show. Thank you, sir. And here's your copy of that ticket. I said, here's your copy of the ticket. Or I guess it's not going to let me do it. There it is. Yes? No? We'll try reapproaching.
Attention, this is dispatch.
Okay, well, there's your ticket. I thank you for signing. Have a good day, sir. Remember to stop at the lights. So I don't know what the hell is going on there at the computer program. It just wouldn't let me hand him his citation. Maybe the game disagreed with why I did it. Adam 20 dispatch, show me code 4108. Okay, we'll go ahead and just throw on our radar here. We are heading down into Grove Street, so I'm prepared for all the slurs that are likely to happen. You guys saying something to me? Yeah, you think we're all racist, huh? Yeah. Well, next time you need any help, you know, we'll be there.
Rancho, respond code 3. Proceed with caution.
You know, unfortunately, I can't say what I really think. Or else there probably would have been, I'd probably be surrendering my badge. We'll just get out of here before I wind up having to surrender my badge. Those are the kind of moments I would put down my gun, take off my badge, and say, "What did you say?" Okay, we're being flagged down from across the tracks here, so we're going to go ahead and provide assistance. Adam 20 dispatch, can I get a 1028? Vehicle's going to be an exemplar. Rapid GT 62 Edward X-ray Young 824.
Target license plate 62
Luca Bastarelli. No insurance.
A traffic violation.
Okay.
Proceed with caution.
10-4 dispatch. How you doing, sir? How can I be of assistance? You can't start your car? No problem, sir. Well, I was going to say pop his hood, but someone beat me to it. we go. No, sorry, sir. You actually lost your duct tape. I can't. There's no way we could fix it without getting that taken care of. Are you gonna need a taxi, or are you all set?
Whoa.
You want a taxi? No problem, sir. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get him a taxi. Adam, 20 dispatch, I need a 1051 for a rapid GT. My location, Carson Ave. Okay, we'll wait with him while we get a taxi to his location. I know it came back no insurance, but I think that would be kind of dirty pool for me to actually cite him on top of everything else. Oh, there's his taxi. Oh! What the fuck? Well, I don't know what the hell that was about, but okay. And Batman 1015, welcome in. Cook Crawley, welcome in from Periscope. And Batman, welcome in from Mixer. Sorry about that, I had to get caught up on everything. Thank you for everyone joining the stream here today. I know we got a little late start. I was going to go at 12 o'clock normal time. Absolutely. It wasn't bad for a good attempt, though. So, we were going to start at 12. And then we were going to start at 1, and then I wanted to give precedence to the disaster in Seattle. So, and all the, just unbelievable. It's a very bad time for something like that, a tragedy like that to occur, especially right now around the holidays, you know. So, and once again, let me just verbally say to anyone affected, what's going on here? Adam 20 dispatch, I'm going to be code 6, 1023 is going to be Carson Ave and Dutch London. Huh, interesting. Adam 20 dispatch, can I get a 1028? It's going to be on a Regina, 88 Young Queen 522.
Target license plate 88 Young Queen 522. A traffic felony. Proceed with caution.
Hopefully it's not Josh Dixon that comes to pick up the car. Adam 20. I need a 1051 to my location for a green Regina. Okay, so we have that towed away. We'll reopen up the road here and get moving. Dedicated service staff, if I remember correctly, they have the right to post links, upload pictures. I'm trying to remember everything they have permission to do. Off the top of my head, those are the two things that stand out. Okay, let's go ahead and take to the highway here. The only reason I really don't patrol the just while we have the break here. So also I'm trying to look, hopefully the game wasn't too overpowering on the mic. What the hell we got here? I mean, I know I just ran a red, but I'm a cop. So we're going ahead, since this guy's on our flight plan. Adam 20 dispatch. I need a 1028. Vehicle's going to be a PIO 24 Lincoln Adam Union 184.
Target vehicle license plate 24 Lincoln Adam Union 184.
There it is.
A warrant issued. Proceed with caution.
Okay, that's going to be good enough. So we're just going to code 5 his ass. Adam 20 dispatch. I need a additional 1032s for code 5.
Backup needed in La Mesa.
This is the part I love. This is a great addition. Okay, out of the car, hands up. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Face away from me. Now, get on the ground, on your knees. Hands up. Now go face down. Officer, you are in line of fire. I got your 6. Adam 20 dispatch, we have 11015X. Yeah, wow, whoops. We have 11015. Okay, we're just going to move him more on the shoulder here.
49.6 westbound, New York, Adam Paul George, 1366, and I agree, 98.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and have our, thank our backup here. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for the backup. Unless I have to thank them in the order that they appeared.
Get out of my sight. Damn you to hell.
Okay. Adam 20 dispatch. Can I get a 1032 prisoner transport?
Assistance required for a suspect placed under arrest in La Mesa.
Section 13, where's the little coffee shop around the corner?
Roger.
Wow. I just don't know. As all hell breaks loose behind me.
10-4.
You degenerate.
Dispatch, suspect located, moving to engage.
Everyone with me?
Okay, we're just going to give the car a quick once over, then we'll get a tow for it. Adam, a shotgun. That could have ended badly. And Adam 2-0, can I get 1051 for a red pie out? Adam 2-0, can I get a coroner for an 1144? And Adam 2-0, can I get a 1050, another 1051? Okay, so as we have a very clusterfucked scene, we have support services coming in to help. A coroner that wants to do their, who just had a door fall off. Well, you know what they say. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call ourselves off the scene, and I have no idea. Oh, I'm at code 3, so I'm screwing things up. I didn't even realize that. Adam 2-0, show me code 4 and 10-8. What the hell? Adam 20 dispatch, be advised, I have racing vehicles going to be turning off right hand off Crusade, heading westbound. Okay, we're going to go ahead and switch up to code 3 here. Adam 2-0, no response to lights and sirens.
We have vehicles racing in Pillbox Hill.
Adam 2-0, I have a 1080, signal 100 in effect. Current location is Vespucci Boulevard, crossing over Center, eastbound. Vehicle is high rate of speed, over 80 miles per hour. Oh, just lost it, 1015 to a van. Vehicle still drivable. Giving a vocal challenge. Okay, suspect is continuing eastbound, just crossing over Interstate 2, still Vespucci Boulevard. Crossing the intersection now on to Rancho Boulevard. I need additional 1032s, dispatch. Speeds are over 70 miles per hour. We are Mirror Park Boulevard, crossing over East Mirror Drive. Son of a... God, I hope that wasn't something serious. Yes, it was. What crashed? Looks like something internal on LSPDFR. Son of a bitch. And that was a fantastic goddamn pursuit, too. I was actually having a lot of fun with that. And we were getting right to the good part, too. I was going to order the pit. Gotta love LSPDFR crashes. They take the zest out of life. Okay. So... Adam 20 dispatch, show me code 410-8. And available for calls. Like I said, they take the zest out of life. actually. We'll go ahead and head towards the highway. Hate it when it does that. I mean, if it did that on a regular call, I wouldn't mind, but I love pursuits. You know, I absolutely love them. So, oh well. I'm sure we'll get another one before long. Where are we standing on time here?
Attention Unit 1 out of 20. We've got a bank heist in downtown Vinewood.
Well, nearby. That's a 10-4 dispatch. Show me en route to that code 3.
Copy that. Moving right now.
10-4. Proceed with caution.
Stop right there, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's fantastic. It's in Vinewood, so I'm assuming it is going to be... Okay, so we're going to proceed over there. Priority. Unless it actually didn't give it to us, because I've never seen it not... Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, so we'll go... That was bad, too, because it's been a while since I had the bank heist. Adam 20, show me en route to that pursuit. $48 miles per hour in a golf cart? That's absurd. However, it is GTA. Oh, successful pit, successful pit. Adam 20 dispatch, show me secondary in that pursuit. We are currently northbound Sonora Way. Speeds over 50 miles per hour. Adam 20 to Sheriff Unit. I stand ready to take primary if you want. That's a 10-4, 10-4. Passing on left. Adam 20 dispatch, show me primary in that pursuit. Adam 20 dispatch, requesting, there we go, requesting pit. (10-4). Okay, I gotta be very careful though in the pit of this vehicle because we don't want to topple it and cause injury to the driver. Oh! Trying to box them in here, but okay. Are we clear? And we are currently West Joshua Road, crossing over 68, coming up near the scrap recycling. We're going to be coming into Sandy Shores. See, I also don't want to pit him so he goes into traffic. Oh, what the? Damn Prius driver. There it is. Box him in, box him in. Lady, get on the ground right now. Hands up. Get on the ground. I got your 6. Adam 20 dispatch. We have the suspect 1015X. Adam 20. Can I get a 1052 for a golf cart? And there's LSPDFR again. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things here because I know I forgot to correct one thing before everything started because I started things out of order. Okay, there we go. I would actually do videos on GTA 4. I don't actually have that for PC, if you can believe that. So we're going to go ahead and reload everything. Made a couple quick corrections to OBS, and it should hopefully help LSPDFR. Okay, it's going to be a little choppy because I got all this crap going on right now. Okay. Now, does she have someone coming for her? Wow. I got way... That seems legit. I gotta get out of here. These sirens are way too much right now. Wow. So, that was a intense scene. Unfortunately, what the fuck? I have no idea where they're going code 3 to. Okay, so the tow truck. Jesus Christ. If I had $1 for every time that tow truck has caused LSPDFR to lock up or crash, I wouldn't have to work at all. Not saying the flatbed doesn't do a good job. I prefer it compared to the original tow truck. But that tow truck has caused LSPDFR to crash so much that I can't even resonate it. Oh. Oh, I'm already on? Cool. We'll see how long I can stay on duty this time. Oh, my radar's temporarily locked up.
All units, we have an incident involving shots fired.
That's interesting. 10-4. And a train comes through.
Target is armed with explosives. Use of deadly force permitted.
That's a 10-4 dispatch. We have a terrorist attack, but I gotta wait for the train to... Holy fuck. Adam 20, I have units approaching.
We copy you. On standby. Dispatch, Ocean 1 here. We can take that if no one else wants it.
Okay, they were advancing. That's why I backed up a little bit. Whoa. Oh, shit. Cop materialized up there. Oh, I see another one. I need a new SWAT.
We've got a 1099 in Sandy Shores.
They technically should have been the first ones I called anyway. I can't tell where that gunfire's coming. Oh, shit. I did almost lose my life to a terrorist. I almost lost my life to a train. My car, I have no idea where it is.
A firearm attack on an officer in Grande Sonora Desert. All units respond. Code 99 emergency. Proceed with caution. Use of deadly force permitted.
Adam 20 dispatch. I'm investigating that scene now. Have 1052's stage until code 4. This one was doubly armed. Oh, shit. He was coming in code, a little late for the party though. Once again, I don't know where my backup went. Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by.
Some of us have places to go.
Yeah, well, some of us were just attacked by terrorists. Adam 20, can I get the coroner for several 1144s?
You're kidding, right?
Okay, and I'm... Oh, that's right. I don't have a car anymore because my car got took out by a train. Oh, yeah. Oh, that one already has a driver. So we're going to go ahead and try to open up as best we can here. Okay. Adam 20, can I get a 1051, my location, Panorama Drive, South? Okay, so if they got the body, did they? Yeah, as soon as I get this body, I can go ahead and open up these roadblocks. Three guys heavily armed. Okay, we can go ahead and open up the road. Oh, there's my car. How badly it's oh Jesus. I don't think my car's going to run anymore. Oh Jesus. Well, Adam 20, can I get a 1051? Okay, so we got a little bit to go here. So scene's been cleaned up. We have 3 suspects down. Luckily, it's not that far to the police station. So we'll just go ahead and yeah. Adam 20, can you get me a show me 10-7 back to the Paleto station? That way they won't try to dispatch me a call that I wouldn't be able to get to on foot. Okay, we're going to stop in at the medical center here to
Go to hell.
Sir, I was just fucking there. Okay, so went to the medical center. We picked up some got our wounds healed. They gave me a needle and a thread, and I sewed myself back up. So let's go ahead and switch things over. Okay, we're going to go ahead and switch up here. Spawn by name. S, M, Y. Okay, let's get some randomization here. Okay. We'll go ahead and take the vehicle that we have available. Meanwhile, we will go ahead and remove some of these weapons that I'm sure we collected. There we go. Oh. Actually, you know what? We just used this one. Yeah. Let's spawn Sheriff 2. We'll go ahead and use Mr. Charger. Only thing with the Charger, unfortunately, is because it's in the Sheriff 2 slot, it tends to have the Sheriff 2 acceleration and top end. We'll try that out. I can't remember which level is the correct one for this vehicle. Yeah, that sounds about right. If it's unrealistic, we'll change it. Do want to thank anyone joining in. We just switched over to the Blaine County Sheriff's Office so I could use this Charger. Just got done off of a rather interesting 1099 terrorist activity. And had our previous vehicle taken out by a train. Anyone joining in for the first time, I want to say thank you and welcome to the series. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you are able to catch all of the action here with Cops in the LSPDFR Matrix, both live and pre-recorded. Dismal Cube 86241, welcome to the series. I am on PC because it is the only way to play LSPDFR. And like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a minute of the action. Okay, we're going to get behind this dirt bike. He's going a little fast on a dirt road, but we're just going to make sure he's not doing anything reckless. Hate to have to scrape him off the road with a spatula. Oh, this guy up here. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and ask this Emperor what he's got going on for life. Not on the phone. We're going to go ahead and get him a little bit more off to the side. Perfect. Okay. Adam 20. Can I get a actually, I guess I gotta go Charles 20. I need a 1028 on a Blue Emperor. Gonna be 04 Ocean Henry William 444. Sorry about that.
Ocean Henry William 444. No 1099.
Okay, no flags. So we'll go ahead and ask, see if it's Sid and see what the hell's going on. We'll get out with our breathalyzer. 10-4 dispatch, show me out. 1011 is going to be parallel East Joshua Road, eastbound. Okay. How you doing today, ma'am? My name's Deputy Smith with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Pulling you over today because you were having trouble maintaining lanes. Is everything okay with the vehicle? Yeah? How about yourself? Everything okay? You're not feeling sleepy? You haven't had anything to drink right now? Had a few? Well, I appreciate your honesty, ma'am. I kind of thought this was the case. Oh. Again, I apologize. Okay, ma'am, could I get your license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
I need to see some ID.
Okay, Eloisa Martinez. Okay, Miss Martinez, go ahead and give you a breathalyzer. How it works is you're gonna put the mouthpiece into your mouth. You're gonna blow hard. Keep blowing. You're gonna hear some beeps. Gonna click. I will tell you when to stop. Okay? Okay. Go ahead and we'll see where these numbers roll. 0.088. Okay. Ma'am, I thank you for your patience, cooperation. Sit tight for me. I'll be right back with you, okay? Okay, so basically she blew a .088, which means that's going to fail the FST, which is field sobriety test. So we are going to be taking her in. So we're going to go ahead and just run her, see if she's got anything going on otherwise legally. And she's wanted for driving on a suspended wanted for traffic for driving on a suspended. Okay, so she's got a lot of issues here going on. So we are going to go ahead and cite her. And this just gives us the PC for the stop. And also for driving on suspended. And that's really about it. I didn't any documentation. And we are gonna go with an arrest report as well. I mean, so we got driving on suspended and okay. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to need you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me. Okay, ma'am, you can't even stand up. Okay.
Look at that. You made me pull out my gun.
Okay, ma'am. Just going to need you to go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me. You're being placed under arrest for driving while intoxicated and driving on a suspended license. Furthermore, you do have a outstanding warrant for your arrest for doing the same. Go ahead and get in the vehicle for me. Thank you, ma'am. Sit tight for me. Okay, ma'am. Do you have some ID on you, ma'am? Thank you. At Charles 20 dispatch, can I get a 10-20-729 on a Miss Sid Winsley 917-73? 10-12. Okay, ma'am. You're the owner of this vehicle? Okay. Your friend is under arrest. Since you are the registered owner, I am going to give you a breathalyzer. If everything comes out fine, I will let you go ahead and leave the scene with the vehicle, okay? Okay, ma'am? You are good to go. You can take the car if you want. That's about the fairest I can be with Miss Winsley. Why is she not leaving the scene? Fuck. Well, okay, well, she'll leave the scene eventually. Okay, so we will go ahead and take in Miss Winsley. Sorry, Miss Winsley. Miss Martinez. Adam, Charles 20 dispatch, show me, am I back on Joshua? I don't remember crossing back over. See, that I will say, with the white out here, all these roads really do look the same. So, Martin, welcome back in from the UK. So right now we're taking in a DUI. She blew a .088. She also had a felony warrant, so she just has to learn not to drink and drive. Okay, any first-timers out there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a minute of the action. I broadcast live PD. The time has changed. We broadcast now live PD Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time. And our episodes get uploaded Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And of course, we have our community edition. Our community, chpofficer20.info. Fill out a community application there. And once filled out, I will get note. Please join our Discord server. And just let a member of Code 1 know that you filled out an app. And we will get you interviewed. We'll get you with a road test. And we'll get you out there on patrol. I just don't know what the hell she's doing. Oh, what the hell? She did. Oh yeah, he's on his phone. Oh, I hate trailers. You know, that's not a half bad pullover considering he's got a trailer. Okay. Really, dude? That's your idea of a good stop, considering you got that big-ass trailer? Okay, there we go. Charles 20 dispatch, show me out, 1011. It's going to be East Joshua Road, Seaview Road, northbound. Charles 20 dispatch, can I get a 1028 on a red Bravado Bison? It's going to be 20 Paul Lincoln Frank 866 occupied in time.
20 Paul Lincoln Frank 866 no 1099.
Okay, so the owner's Jack Callahan. We'll go ahead and make approach. How you doing today, sir? My name's Deputy Smith with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. May I ask you a question, sir? Why were you on your phone today? Texting? Well, I do have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because that's illegal in the state of California. You can't have that phone even in your hand. Okay, so you have your license, registration, proof of insurance, please, sir?
I need to see some ID.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead and sit tight for me. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so he copped just a little bit of attitude with me just there, but I'll let it go. We will go ahead and keep an eye on him.
Attention, this is dispatch.
Nope. There we go. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so we'll go ahead and look him up in the database here. Just make sure he comes back good. Okay, so he's never been cited. However, he has had arrests for destruction of property. But can't really hold that one against him. We will go ahead and so let's see here. That would be operation. Well, so I guess it's going to have to go under careless driving. Okay, we'll reapproach. Okay, sir, only got the one ticket for you here today. It's going to be for $200. Court information's on the back of the ticket. All you have to do is go ahead and sign down there at the bottom. That's not an admission of guilt, sir. It simply acknowledges that you acknowledge your court date and agree to show. Thank you, sir. Here's your copy of the ticket, your information back, and drive safe. Remember to keep that phone out of your hand, okay? Okay, so he's going to wait until I get back in my vehicle before he pulls away. Charles, I'm going to 1022 that. Charles, 20 dispatch, show me code 4 off the traffic stop, 10-8 available for calls. What the hell? Charles 20 dispatch, be advised, I have a possible 10-851.
Attention, this is dispatch.
Gotta love the air brakes that these cars in GTA have. Charles, 20 dispatch, can I get 1028? Going to be on assault in 05 Nora George Tom 487, occupied one time.
Target license plate 05 Nora George Tom 487.
Stolen.
A possible stolen vehicle.
Okay,
Proceed with caution.
owned by Buck McLaren. So this guy better be Buck, and he better have a problem with his car alarm. Charles 20, that's a 10-4. Can you go ahead and roll me an additional 32.
Assistance required in Santiam Ski Mountain Range.
Oh, here it comes now. Yeah, we have possible 10-851, comes back to a Buck McLaren. You ready?
Go ahead. I'll cover you.
How you doing today, sir? My name's Deputy Smith. My partner over there is Deputy Williams. And pulling you over today because couldn't help but notice you were going to go straight on Union, and then midway you did a huge U-turn and to get on the southbound US 13. Any reason for the abrupt change? You made a mistake going straight? Well, sir, you made a mistake with that illegal U-turn too. So, do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
I need to see some ID.
Fred Schnitzler. Okay, Fred, sit tight for me, okay? We're going to go ahead and just run this information, but it is Fred Schlitzler. So, we'll keep an eye on him. We have our partner keeping an eye on him as well. And there it is. Oh, we got two things crashing. Unhandled exception and crash. What made it crash? Okay, so it's internet connection to whatever it is on an E drive for LSPDFR crashed. Okay, great. This is why sometimes when I'm recording an episode, I will actually turn off the internet so that it has LSPDFR has to and can only use itself. I notice a lot fewer problems than having something try to operate in the cloud. So, the cloud is the reason for a lot of crashes with this game, with the LSPDFR plugin. Makes it work a little better, kind of, but you also got to deal with the crashes. So, you know, everything's got a trade-off, I guess. So, okay, so we're going to still try to run to see if we have Fred Schlitzler, but we probably don't. Yeah, we don't have... We're going to see if we can't possibly release him. No, okay. So, he's a friend of Fred Schlitzler. He has permission. There's a screw up at the DMV, and we're good to go. Adam, Charles 20 Dispatch, show me code 4108. Okay, we'll go ahead and run a little bit of radar here. We got about another 40 minutes. We had a 72 that passed me, but I couldn't pull out. I'm glad I don't monetize on YouTube, because if I did, I would have lost monetization in this episode, I'm sure. But basically with that, with YouTube and its policies, I've told YouTube what they can go do with their policies, and if needed, they could, I would draw them a map on how to, exactly of how to.
Attention unit, Ida 78.
Speed limit 60 on through here, so once again, anyone's first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, we'll go ahead and get our lights on. Had to kind of be very, very careful. So we have a 73 up here. Oh, he is so lucky. That's a 10-4. Show me en route to that code 3, Charles 20. Okay, so we have an officer who just hit his panic button. We're going to go ahead and proceed their best possible speed. Okay, there it is. That was a hell of a turnaround. Really? Stand down.
I tried to warn you. You people never learn.
You okay, sir? Okay. Yeah. If there's one thing I do not take, we're going to go ahead and get a roadblock here, though, because I only shot him, hopefully in a non-vital area. I also did come at him at top speed, too. So he did kind of bounce off me. But I don't take that shit. Charles 20, can I get a 1052, my location?
Attention all units. We have medical aid requested in Santian Ski Mountain Range. Respond code 3.
So, we have an ambulance coming. Coming in hot code 3.
We're on the clock, folks.
So we're going to see if we can't revive this guy. If we can revive him, we'll have a second guy to take in.
This is terrible.
I would have tasered him, but I still haven't corrected the issue with the taser, so it doesn't exactly work too well.
Man, what a disaster. Se acabó. They're gone, bro.
I had a feeling he might have been. Charles 20, can I get a 1144 coroner for an 1144? We'll go ahead and move my car. I came in super hot. But I don't lose any cops on my watch. Maybe me once or twice, but you know. You know what they say. Okay, we're just going ahead and wait till the coroners get back into their vehicle, and we'll clear up the street here. Nope, I have to be out of the vehicle to do that.
I can't miss another meeting.
Okay, ooh. I don't know why he's still there. I guess he still hasn't figured out life. Charles 20, show me code 4108. Okay, so we got a 71 as soon as we parked, so we're going to go ahead and See if we can't get a normal pullover here for once. Anyone taking bets if LSPDFR is going to crash again? Okay, we'll go ahead and get him off to the side here. Charles 20, can I get a 1028? Going to be exemplar 02 Zebra Queen Boy 466.
Zebra Queen Boy 466. No 1099.
Just a generic at this time, Dan, because I'm still trying to get EUP to work and play nice with the RDE plugin to make everything look nice and bright and everything else. So right now EUP is being a bit of a bitch. 10-4 dispatch, show me out 1011. It's going to be US Route 13 southbound. How you doing today, sir? I'm Deputy Smith with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. You know why I pulled you over? You don't have a clue? Okay, well, I'm pulling you over today, sir, because I clocked you doing 71 over back by the U-Tool. You haven't had anything to drink today, have you? No? Okay, I didn't think you would have. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
I need to see some ID.
Lloyd Evans. Okay, Lloyd, sit tight for me, okay? Okay. Gonna go ahead and swing around here. And let's see what Mr. Lloyd has going on in life. Okay, so Lloyd's got, he's bailed, only been stopped to once. It was for driving the wrong way on a roadway. So, we're going to go ahead and give him a quick citation here. Going to be for speed. Okay. Okay, sir. I only got the one ticket for you today. It's going to be about $150 for 71 and a 60. Court information's on the ticket. Go ahead and sign down here at the bottom for me, please. That's not an admission to guilt. It simply says you acknowledge your court date and you do agree to show. Thank you, sir. Here's your information back. Here's your copy of the ticket. Could you please hold up taking off till I'm safely back in my vehicle, okay? Thank you. Okay, he'll go ahead and take up. Well, they made some very nice updates to the in-game system, and it looks like it's going to become a lot more in-depth, kind of like the in-depth that I had with the paperwork utility. So, I figure I'd try it out and see just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Adam, Charles 20 dispatch, show me code 4 10A. That coyote almost lost its life.
Attention, this is dispatch.
We'll take a right turn here. Why not? Take it down Cat Claw. So, anyone's first time to the series, don't forget to hit that welcome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a minute of the action here with Cops in the LSPDFR Matrix. And we have bonus points. Welcome in from Twitch. Thank you for joining in on the series. Oh yeah, well, you know me. So don't forget to miss a minute of the act. Yeah, wow, John. There we go. Yeah, go ahead and miss it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a minute of the action. We upload live PD every Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock Central Time. And we broadcast out to Periscope, Mixer, YouTube, Smashcast, Carto TV, and YouTube. There we go. YouTube, Twitch, Carto TV, Mixer, Smashcast. Yeah, there we go. That's a 10-4 dispatch. Show me code 3. 1076. Okay, so we're responding code 3 to an assistance required. Usually these are traffic accidents. So we're going to go ahead and see what they have in store for us. Coming up on Union Road with a guy in this vehicle who does not know the meaning of life. With numbers. Oh, that is my radar unit. So if I run speed radar, I can actually get a target speed of the person driving the vehicle. That is actually called, I'm trying to remember how it's determined. I think it's just called radar. I don't think it's called speed radar. I'll actually have to take a look at that on LSPDFR. Oh, what the hell? But that is available on LSPDFR.com. And am I going the right way for this, or... Okay. It's either it is... I don't know if I'm actually on this call or not, to be honest.
Dispatch, suspect located. Moving to engage. 10-4.
Let's see if anything's in the CAD. Code 3, 1 item 12. That's not me. Just says Chiansky Passage. Okay, well, we'll proceed down this a little bit more. Well, he could have stopped at the corner, so I could have gotten around him. The corner is well before the railroad tracks. Yeah, basically go to lspdfr.com, and when you go there, you're gonna click on scripts and type in speed radar, and it should pop right up. And then installing it is very simple. It just installs right into your scripts folder. And the default keys for it is, at least for me, because I didn't change them yet, is Q, E, and R. Okay, so we're going to go back down through Chiansky Passage, because that's where we are. But... I didn't see anything Unless we got there so quick they didn't have time to set up. I don't know. And that's where it's supposed to be, and it's just something of the an invisible response. Because I don't remember these cones ever being here before. Oh, absolutely. I know. It makes perfect sense in GTA land. Okay, so this thing giving me on a call? It does. Well, there's nothing here for me to do. But I do want to see if this if these cones disappear. Charles 20 dispatch. Show me code 4. Oh, I was right. That's where it was. Oh, no. Bonus points. You are not annoying. I do like answering questions. I can't tell you the number of people actually just like yourself, or maybe not like yourself, but people who didn't have the game, didn't even know any of this was possible. And then they find me by chance on YouTube, and I can't tell you the number of people who have actually purchased the game just because they saw what I do. And I have no problem explaining it to them, getting it up right. I also have bonus points. I also have a Discord server for you to, if you wanted additional help, or if you just, or if you wanted, if you stream your episodes, we have designers who can design you a logo. We have a community where we ask back and forth. So absolutely join the Discord. There it is. I saw you just followed me on Twitch. Thank you for that bonus points. And for the Discord server, give me one moment. Okay, and there you go. It's right in the link for you there, bonus points. We also have a fivem community called CHP Officer 20. That if you wanted to download the fivem client, you can get that right from the Armory loadout. Fill out the community application, and we can get you in with into LEO, other emergency services, or just a civilian. A lot of different possibilities. Nope, that's exactly the way you do it. If you don't have a scripts folder, just simply make the script folder and just put it in right there on that. And once you do that, in order to activate it, you'd simply hit the Q, I think. Yeah, for me, it's the Q. Yeah, the installation for the radar is very simple. Okay, we're going to go ahead and have a chat with this guy. Into the Rage plugin stuff. Well, Rage plugin installs in your main GTA directory. For the speed radar, no. The script radar goes into your main GTA directory. You're going to create a folder called scripts in your main GTA directory, and then you're going to put the speed radar in there. Oh, Jesus. I am not getting out of this car right now. I do not play around with that kind of kitty. Yeah, I am not playing around with that kitty. That kitty doesn't play nice. Charles 20 dispatch. I need a 1028 on a ingot. It's going to be 26 Robert Victor Lincoln 087. And please take your time.
Vehicle license plate 26 Robert Victor Lincoln 087. A traffic violation. Proceed with caution.
Yeah, no shit. Keep walking away there, little kitty. Oh, man. Show me 1011. How you doing today, ma'am? My name's Deputy Smith with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Pulling you over today because I couldn't help but notice you're missing a tire and your car's smoking. What happened? What's happening? Your car's smoking 6 packs a day and you're missing a tire. Have you had anything to drink today? No? Taking any drugs? Yes? Anything illegal? No, just your prescription. Okay. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
I need to see some ID.
Dana Littlefield. Okay, Dana, sit tight for me, okay? Okay. We're going to go ahead and keep an eye on her while we run her. Dana Littlefield, stopped 30 times. Expired license, speeding, expired tag. Stopped a month ago. Okay, so we're just going to give her a couple citations here. Actually, just really one. I mean, she's not going to be able to drive her car home, so I'll go a little easier on her. No, it's under equipment. There it is. Unroadworthy. Okay, ma'am. Going to be giving you a ticket today for an unroadworthy vehicle. Court information's on the front of the ticket. Just need you to sign down here at the bottom. That's not an admission of guilt. It simply says that you acknowledge your court date and agree to show. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Going to need you to step out of the vehicle for me, please. Unfortunately, we cannot let you drive this thing away. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, ma'am. I'm going to go ahead and we'll call you a taxi so we can get you home or wherever you need to be. Adam, Charles 20 dispatch, can I get a 1051? My location, Chiansky Passage on... just give me a 1051. Oh, man. Charles 20, show me code 4108. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get past him. So we got a chance to respond to a call of the invisible. Nobody was at the scene, but they left. But they were there with their with the traffic cones. We'll go towards Grapeseed. We haven't been out that way yet. I actually have to update my list on the Discord server. Bonus points, I actually have an old list of everything I used to have in the game. Right now I'm running very lean and light. And I'm actually liking it a little bit better. I think all the extra plugins I used to have made things too easy for me. Oh, being flagged down over here. Charles 20 dispatch, can I get a 1028? Vehicle's going to be an Adder 64 Mary Union David 663.
Target vehicle license plate 6.
Miranda Collins.
Union
No
David,
insurance.
6,
Owner's
6,
license
3,
is suspended.
Traffic violation. A traffic felony.
Okay, so either way, this car is not going to be drivable. Okay, Adam 20, Charles 20 dispatch, show me out. 1011, Union Road, St. Chiansky. How you doing today, sir? Car won't start. Okay, do you have any insurance on this vehicle? It's not your vehicle? Okay, well, sir, the insurance is coming back none. So I'm not going to be able to let you drive this car away. I am going to go ahead and okay. Unfortunately, sir, I'm not going to be able to let you drive it again.
I can't believe I'm seeing this.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Okay. You want to do that? I don't know what he's doing, but absolutely, that's a good idea. Bonus points. I actually haven't done a help video like that. That would be an interesting one. Okay, so we're going to get this guy all the way off to the side. I tried to tell him he can't drive the vehicle away, and he went to do it anyway, so... Charles 20, show me 1011, going to be code 6, US Route 13, Mount Gordo with the same black Adder. Can you go ahead and roll me an additional 32?
Backup needed in Mount Gordo.
So we're going to go ahead and get an additional 32 out to us, only because, just in case this guy takes off from us. Okay. Yeah, I tried to tell him he can't drive the car. He got in it anyway. Ready to do this? Hello. Sir, I don't think we need any more introductions. You know I'm Smith, and you know, I already know who you are. So, sir, I need you to step out of that vehicle right now. There's not going to be any negotiation here. I told you. I told you that this car was to be towed, and you got with no insurance, and you got in it anyway. Get out of the car. Are you being arrested? No, sir. At this time, you are not being arrested because I'm feeling in a good mood. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm giving you a written warning on disorderly conduct. It's not a ticket, but it is a warning that will be posted to your record.
Get a fucking prescription.
Oops, I did not mean to arrest him. But maybe it'd be good to put him in, put the fear of God into this little bastard. Actually, you know what? He wants to swear at me. Sir, you are under arrest for disorderly conduct. Screw it. Hey, thanks for the backup.
You again and you are going down.
You know what? I was only going to give him a verbal warning. But, he's not going to get just a verbal warning anymore. Yeah, I'm going to give him obstruction of justice for driving the car away. And well, luckily apparently there isn't a disorderly conduct, but I would definitely give him that if it was there. Adam, Charles 20 dispatch, can I get a 1032 prisoner transport? So we'll go ahead and get a prisoner transport out, and we will look for our next call out. Once again, anyone finding us here for the first time, welcome to the series, and thank you for joining. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a minute of the action on any of the series we broadcast. YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Periscope, Smashcast, and Picarto TV. Charles 20 dispatch from code 4108. Okay, we'll take a quick run up into Toledo. Remarkably, Toledo usually gets hit harder with snow than anyone else. Whoa! Adam, Charles 20 dispatch, be advised, I have a possible 10851, location US Route 13, near mile marker 277, Mount Chiliad. Vehicle is a Granger, silver in color, occupants seems to be ×1. Whoa! Failure to yield to lights and sirens. We speed 66 miles per hour, coming in towards Toledo. Can I get a 1028 on that Ranger XL? It's going to be 24 Queen X-ray Nora 148.
Target license plate 24 Queen.
David Bradford, stolen. Thank you.
A possible stolen vehicle. Proceed with caution.
Charles 20, I have a 1080, signal 100 in effect. Requesting permission to pit. That's 10-4 dispatch, clear to pit. Charles 20, I need roll me additional 32s.
Attention all units, we have an officer requiring assistance in Toledo Bay.
Charles 20, X-ray, we'll be good. This vehicle has absolutely no traction on the snow. Charles 20, show me third. Passing on left. That's legit. Charles 20, be advised, I have caught back up into primary position. Too crowded right now to pit. I'm gonna hold off. You son of a bitch. We are still southbound, Coastal 1. We got far too much traffic for me to try to pit. No. Charles 20, be advised, suspect is ramming my vehicle. Where is he? Sir, get out of the vehicle right now.
You asshole.
Sir, out of that vehicle. Okay, so if you're just joining in, we have a huge pursuit here, possible 10-851, maybe even a 480, sub D, sub 1, Grand Theft Auto. Don't know. We have several units. We are coming up on the county line though, so we are going to have to notify state police. Oh, 1050, 1050. I would have had them boxed in if I didn't get rear-ended. So you're gonna run. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know why. Charles 20. We need to notify State Patrol. We're coming up on the county line. I'm still going to be primary unless State wants to take over.
Backup needed on Great Ocean Highway in North Chumash.
That's 10-4. We're southbound Coastal 1, passing Fort Zancudo. Shit! Damn it. We need a coroner, 1052 roll to location US 1, just at the mouth of the Braddock Tunnel. Where is he? There it is. Damn it. Box him in right there, right there. Stay right there. Get the fuck out of that car right now. Are you seriously gonna just walk away? Get on the fucking ground right now. Charles 20, I have the suspect 1015. We're code 4. Do you know how much shit you cost? What's your name? Tim Hook? Tim, do you realize? Holy shit, we're gonna lose our minds. I have no idea what the hell this smoke is. Get in the car. We are going to go ahead and just check the car real quick. handgun and a camera. So probably the handgun's the way he, Charles, 20. I need a 1051 for a Ranger XL. All I know is I gotta get the hell out of here. But damn, I will say, them lights look sexy. Anyway, love them. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and see if we can't push this Crown Vic. Seems legit. There we go. God, those lights look good. Okay. One of the poor individuals who died because of the crash. Charles 20. I need the coroner for an 1144. So, he did cause one fatality, and so he is going to get hit with vehicular manslaughter.
Learn some manners.
Yeah. Charles 20, can I get a 1051 for a Ford F-150? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and proceed back towards Polito here. Charles 20, show me 1015 with one to the station. So we'll go ahead and proceed back to the station so we can process Mr. Hook. Okay, almost back to the station here. So, anyone joining in, welcome, and like I say, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Broadcast of Live PD Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time, and new episodes Monday, Thursday, Friday, along with our Community Edition, CHP Officer 20, where we have a community role play. Days to be available are Saturday and Sunday. More as we get more members. We are currently and actively hiring all positions for law enforcement, fire, paramedic, or even just civilian capacity. We need, for instance, tow truck drivers is a possibility. Okay, that Prius is lucky. I'm on a priority right now. There we go. A little bit of damage to the Charger. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and process this guy. I don't know if they have enough suspended license to boot. Jesus Christ. Okay, so he was in a silver vehicle. Pick up. And it was a Rancher XL. And we're looking at speeding. Let's see here. Lane change. Passing. We'll use that for a failure to... Oh, no, actually, they got a failure to yield on there. He just has a lot of different ones, including driving while license suspended. Okay. It's taken forever just to do his violations here. Okay. Violent crimes, let's see. Grand theft. He did have a firearm in there, so Grand Theft Auto firearm. Assault. Let's see, obstruction. Gotta remember 10-851. Okay, so, yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna be, 12 charges, almost all are felonies, or at least wobblers, so they can be charged as a felony. So, I don't think this guy is, Ooh. I'm really liking the where this thing is going. The whole menu there, just Tim Hook. Okay, well, I'm going to try to take him in. This has not been that successful lately. Yeah, like I said, hasn't been too successful. Okay, so as he just goes ahead and logs all his traffic stops, I want to go ahead and thank everyone who's joined in and watched and had some fun as I keep the seats. Keep the seats.com. There it is. As I keep the streets a little safer from the nice world of San Andreas. So don't forget, if it is your first time here, welcome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a minute of the action. Like I said, 1 to 3, Monday through Friday for the live PD. Recorded episodes are Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and our community editions on the weekends. So, and how do you become a part of the community edition? All you have to do is go to chpofficer20.info. Go click on community application. Once you do that, join our Discord server, which you'll have to anyway, but join our Discord server and find a member of Code 1 to let them know that you fill out an application. It's either myself or one of the other members of Code 1. Once you tell us, I'll review it, and we'll schedule you in for an interview and a road test, depending on what you're going for. We're going for all positions. If you don't have the game and still want to take part, that is not a problem. All you got to do is, again, fill out that application at chpofficer20.info and put down you want to be a dispatcher. After that, we'll schedule your interview with our dispatcher, Reed, and we'll get you going, get you in. Other than that, otherwise, if you just want to join the Discord server to talk with the staff of the show or other role players in the GTA community of CHP Officer 20, that is fine too. Again, all you gotta do is go to chpofficer20.info, click on that second button, and that is a non-expirable link to enter the barracks and join the Discord. With that, you get a lot of different perks. I release special pictures. I release special little episodes. Plus, if you have the game and need any help, that is the best place to go for it. So, again, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. Till then, as always, this is your buddy 1Adam20 saying, dispatch, show me code 4, 10-7. And 1042.